Hello and welcome back to episode 10 of On the Sofa with SISU. I'm Louisa.
And I'm unrelated.
And this week we are discussing body odour, the teacher strikes, me getting a terrible hangover from the weekend, and what it means to be a disruptor. So if you want to hear the juicy goss, and then carry on listening.
Enjoy! Hello!
Oh wow, you sounded like a goat there at the end.
I'm really working on my different harmonies.
Is that what you're calling it?
That's my harmony. Hello! Yeah. Anyway, Jesus, that made my eyes water. Hello, welcome to another week. Here we are. We're here. Let's have it!
Yes.
Energy.
You're giving me a headache. For some background here, I'm actually feeling a little bit under the weather.
She is. She's feeling a bit, and that's why I'm like trying to give the energy so she can feel the energy, so she can build herself up for this amazing episode that is actually episode number fucking 10.
Yay.
Milestone, James just said this is. Milestone.
Oh, it is a milestone.
It is, yeah. Epic. Anyway, icebreaker.
I'm Louisa, by the way, if you're just tuning in. And this is SISUciety Day.
We do that afterwards. Jesus. Wake up. Like, this is episode 10 and she still doesn't know the fucking routine.
Well, I thought we normally said, hi, I'm SISUciety and I'm Louisa. And then that's it. And then at the end we do the...
No, it's all an edit. It's all afterwards.
Well, now you know.
Now everyone knows. You know,
SISUciety.
I'm crying because...
You've had a little insight into the process. You are welcome.
She is messy, okay?
Today I'm certainly a mess. I've got some ginger, honey and lemon tea, sound bowl on tap.
Do you know what's funny is that I listened to our episode from last week and I don't know what was on last week, but we were on something because I would tell a story, not finish. You'd interrupt, then you'd start a story, and then I'd interrupt, and stories weren't being finished.
I feel like that's basically just how we converse with each other. Because didn't Ricky say to us on Saturday night, like, "Oh my God, you're all just shouting over each other"?
Did.
I was like, "That's how we communicate."
He did. He was like, "You're all shouting on top of each other," and I was like, "Yeah, we are."
But we're all listening at the same time.
So my icebreaker this week is: what movie do you wish you could watch again for the first time?
The Never-Ending Story.
Oh, I've never seen that film.
I loved that film when I was a kid. And yeah, I think just because I loved it so much when I was a child, I would like to be able to see that again for the first time as an adult.
That's deep. What is it about?
So The Never-Ending Story is about a young boy who stumbles across like an antique store and he finds this book and he starts reading the story about Atreyu, who is like this little kid who is the warrior, basically, the saviour of this world that is, I can't remember the name of the place now. But anyway, it's basically like a fantasy adventure, but there's lots of hidden meanings in it and there's lots of references to certain belief systems that is very interesting. So I recommend watching it.
Never-Ending Story.
Never-Ending Story. The Never-Ending Story.
Oh, it's got a tune.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I can't believe you haven't seen it.
No, never even heard of it before.
Atreyu. Yeah, I love it. It's a good one. Very old, though.
I don't actually know what mine would be when I put this in here.
That's hilarious. Talk about organised.
Oh dear, I think mine...
What is going on with your eyeballs today?
I know, they keep watering, like, constantly, like, streaming, like, I keep, like, dabbing. So obviously you've got a bit of mascara, or maybe it's the mascara that's gone in my eye.
Oh, I don't know, mascara.
Mine, on the top of my head, mine would be Father of the Bride. Just because...
Oh my God, that's such a good one.
I just love that film. It's like a feel-good Sunday afternoon film that just makes you feel really wholesome and really like you just want to be with your family. And until you realise that your family are problematic. But yeah, love it.
Frank.
And Frank! Oh.
I love frogs.
Same. I just really like that film, and I wish, when you watch, you want to watch it so you don't know what happens. Yeah, that's why I would watch it again. It's just like not knowing what the ending would be, but one day.
Watch it with Sean. I wonder if Sean's seen it.
Probably not, because he doesn't watch it. I mean, he's not a rom-com person.
No.
Which just surprises me, considering he's like a helpless romantic.
Oh, he is.
He is, bless him. Anyway, that was a little icebreaker just to like get us in the mood. Us and the PR girlies. What?
I hope they listen. They literally get a mention every week.
I'm actually going to send them.
You know who you are, ladies.
I'm going to email them and be like, you need to listen to this because we give you so much hype. What did you do with your week? How was your week? What did you do? What did you get up to?
I have... I've had a pretty chilled one, to be honest. I took Maisie for lunch on Saturday afternoon, I think it was.
And where did you go?
Oh, guess.
Barracuda?
I did. It is fast becoming a hotspot for us.
Have you maybe gone and asked Barracuda if they want to advertise on our podcast?
I feel like I should.
Yeah.
Do you know what? It was such a nice sunny day, and they've just got this lovely, like in lockdown, they built on the back of the restaurant.
The conservatory.
They built a conservatory, yeah. So it's like really, really lovely lit, like nice lighting in there. It's all natural light, and it's just like really fresh, and food's great. And when you just found something that is super close, super easy, it's nice. The staff are lovely.
Yeah.
Like
sometimes there's no point in changing.
In branching out, yeah.
Yeah, keep it simple.
Yeah, and Maisie loves it in there. Oh, she did make me laugh. They find her so funny in there because whenever they're like, okay, what would you like to drink? And she's like, do you have a decaf iced coffee? They literally look at her like she's bonkers. And then they look at me like, is that okay? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like a terrible parent, but yes, it's fine. As long as it's decaf. Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
But she just loves coffee. So we went for lunch, and then Saturday night, obviously, we were out for our friend's birthday at the bank, which was lovely.
Oh my god, that plate of food was amazing. Did you eat your takeaway?
Ricky ate it.
Oh, he ate it that night, didn't he?
Yeah, took the doggy bag home.
Yeah.
No, even Kath messaged me the next day. Did you remember your doggy bag? I must have been banging on about that doggy bag.
You would, yeah. You said as soon as it arrived, you were like, the
food's
food's too much. I'm gonna need a doggy bag, and then everyone else finished their food, and you obviously still had half of yours, or even more than half.
I'm such a slow eater.
You are, you are. But the food was amazing. The service was great. Cocktails were nice. It was, really good vibe in there. I would definitely recommend to anyone that's local, Le Bank in Abbots Langley.
Yeah, it's lovely. But, well, I drank a lot of wine. And
we just don't know when to stop. We don't know when the party should end. The party needs to end at a certain point, and you go, right, it's time to go home. It's best be sensible. Yeah. We're adults now.
Exactly.
But no.
So between Saturday night and today has basically been a write-off for me because I've just been feeling god-awful. I haven't been able to do anything. Sunday, I could not get out of bed.
Yeah.
I couldn't even pick up my phone. I didn't even look at my phone at all.
Jesus.
I know. Terrible.
I said to Sean, and when I woke up on Sunday, I was like, I think that she's going to feel horrendous today. And that's why I didn't hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, obviously, like I said to everybody, I'm starting this isotretinoin medication, which you are not supposed to drink a lot on. You can have a drink, but not above, the recommended allowance, which I went way above on Saturday night. And I think that's really had an effect because I've never had a hangover like it. I just felt so weak and like I wasn't processing the alcohol properly. But speaking of that, also it's been a few weeks now, and just to update everybody, I've been having some symptoms, being some dry lips, some dry eyes, like that.
Do that right about now.
Yeah, the dry eyes. You could. Screaming over there.
Can't stop crying.
And some headaches. And I don't know if this little bit of feeling under the weather is down to that. It could be, as you said earlier, an amalgamation of all things at the moment. But yeah, so that's where I'm currently at. But otherwise, all good.
Nice. Thank you for the update. We've had to keep catching up every 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
See how you are. Check your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing. My week so far has been lovely. I had a lovely Saturday afternoon, like just meandering around Kentish Town. Went to this little garden centre with Sean, which was extremely overpriced.
Oh, really?
Everything was over £100.
What?
Yeah.
How big were the plants?
Not that big.
Really?
It was absolutely incredibly weird.
Were they super healthy or?
They were just like normal. Like if you'd go to the one in South Oxy, it'd be just like that. It was a really nice garden centre, but it wasn't anything special. Everything was so expensive. I literally was walking around going, "We are not purchasing a single thing in here." But everything was so nice. But you wanted to buy it, but you're like, "I'm not. I know I can buy this somewhere else for cheaper." We ended up buying. We actually did end up buying 2 little plants. One little, I can't remember what he's called it now. It's like a plant that eats, that has teeth.
Venus flytrap.
Yeah, we bought one of those. So
Nice.
cool. I never even heard of it before.
Really?
Never.
Have you not seen the... speaking of films from Romania, have you not seen The Little Shop of Horrors?
No.
You haven't seen all these bloody cult classics? Like, come on.
I tell you, my
Add it to your
childhood was
list.
different to yours.
Yeah.
So that was really nice. Then we stumbled across this gorgeous pub, honestly gorgeous, called the Parakeet
In Kentish Town?
in Kentish Town. It's just opened.
Oh.
Stunning. We went and then had some red wine, and then we were like, had already had brunch somewhere else. We were like, oh, we should have come here to eat lunch because it's really nice food.
When was this on Sunday?
On Saturday.
Oh, on Saturday.
So you're like, on Sunday, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay.
Saturday before we went out. And we just sat in the pub, had some wine, and then we actually booked to go back for Sunday Rose because it looks amazing. And then what else have I done this week? Obviously went out with you on Saturday, and then I guess we've just been getting super excited about the SISUciety hub.
Yes, that is coming along.
I don't know if we've spoken about it much at all.
I don't recall either. I don't think we have really. We haven't been.
You haven't plugged it
because it's really just been like putting flesh on the bones. It's very much still in the early stages.
But if you're interested in finding out, hit us up. Pull up.
It's nearing completion, so it is really exciting.
We are building the next generation of websites.
Yes, we are.
It's a hub, and that's why we're calling it the SISUciety, because it's all just coming in as a community for a massive hog.
A massive hog. I love that.
Massive hog. So that's been my week. Yeah, that's it. That's been it. I mean, yeah. Anything else to report on? No, that's it.
I feel like you and Sean always do these lovely little wholesome trips together on the weekend. Do you always go to like random places and seek out new pubs?
Yeah, I do. I enjoy it. I said that to Sean, and Sean said actually he really enjoys us doing like that kind of stuff, and I do as well.
It's lovely.
Especially now that I've got the car. Like obviously before we're doing
did you drive there?
Yeah, obviously before
nice.
we're doing public transport, and that's not for me on the weekend because I do my whole week is public transport.
Yeah.
On the weekend, I just like the idea of just going and getting in my car and driving somewhere. So now every weekend I've got free, and we're gonna try and experiment and go to like a different place, a garden centre, and maybe try and find a pub, and that'll be like our little Saturday afternoon. Just doing little random bits.
Exploring. Love that.
Exploring, yeah.
Very nice.
It's very important to explore. Very, very important. Right. What's the word on the street?
What's the word on the street?
Word on the street. Word on the street. What's the word on the street?
What is the word on the street?
What's the word on the street? Right. First one that I've got for ya.
Okay. Hit me.
Obviously appropriate because of my connection with the education system.
Yeah.
Teachers strike. I just lost my tongue. Teachers strike. So the NEU urges teachers to reject a new pay deal. Obviously, people may or may not know, but my partner is a teacher, and he is an avid, what do we call it? Supporter of the union.
Teachers' rights?
The union, yeah. And he striked.
Yeah.
Has striked 3 times now, I think.
Yeah.
3 times he's striked, and then they're all looking to get paid more because obviously their pay hasn't gone up with inflation. It's sick how much they get paid, just sickening. Anyway, the headline was schools in England could face further strike actions as the National Education Union has asked teachers to reject the new pay offer after intensive talks. The government has offered teachers an extra £1,000 cash payment this year and a £4.3 rise for most staff next year. I mean, what a fucking...
What, £1,000 a year?
No, £1,000 this year and then 4.3% next year.
No, but that's what I mean. So in all, they've offered each individual teacher £1,000 spanned over the year.
Yeah.
That's not going to do anything.
That's not even going to touch the site. That's a fucking kick in the teeth.
They're going to pay that back to the government in tax.
Taxes, yeah. What a kick in the teeth to go, oh, well, you know what, shut up, have £1,000. Have a grand. What's a grand? Is that a packet? No, that's a... What's a grand? No, that's not a packet.
A bag is 100, isn't it?
A bag, that's it. That's what
That's
I mean. A bag is 100. What's a grand?
I don't know.
I want to know
Is there
now.
a name for that?
Yeah. Anyway, continue.
10 bags?
10 bags. They've offered them 10 bags. Can you imagine? Anyway, the article continues saying that many teachers in England received a pay rise of 5% in September 2022, but the union says this was a cut due to inflation. Thousands of schools were disrupted by the latest walkouts by teachers who are members of the NEU, that's the union. 4 unions have now been involved in 6 days of intensive talks with the Education Secretary since 17th of March about teachers' pay conditions. And basically the union is, I'm going to summarise because it's long, the union is basically telling them to reject that offer because it's not what they asked for.
Yeah.
And Sean yesterday was it yesterday or the day before yesterday was like, I've rejected! I was like, sorry? What have you rejected? I said, I've rejected the offer. I was like, what was the offer? He's like, I don't know, but I've been told by the union to reject it.
So he's a part of this union.
Yeah.
And what do you know what it is that, like, how do you select what union you're a part of, or how do you become part of a union?
I couldn't answer that question.
Sean, let us know.
Yeah. Sean, could you please message the WhatsApp number and let us know how you decide on what union you go into?
Yeah, because there's quite a few of them, right?
I think there's a few, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guessing they're to do with locality.
I don't know. I've literally got no idea. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know. Sean, let us know, please.
Let us know. I mean, I feel like I'm obviously very much in support of the teachers getting paid what they should get paid. I just think the government needs to be careful because obviously we've had that latest news about Ofsted and the lady who took her own life, her teacher in Reading.
Yeah.
I'm just like, you know, after that's happened and now you've given them this as a kick in the teeth of the teachers, what are you doing to teachers' morale? What are you doing to their well-being? What are you doing to their mental health when you're just like fucking around with them?
Absolutely.
Like, be careful because the teachers are fucking being taken for granted left, right and centre.
Yeah, and they play such a pivotal role in society.
Such a pivotal role. And, you know, you don't want teachers breaking down and taking their own lives, do you?
No, of course not.
Yeah,
Not
Rishi and your fucking shithole of a government, sort it out.
Yes.
Anyway,
Agreed.
moving on to yours.
So, my news it's quite funny news, to be honest. Sniffing body odour is tested as an anxiety therapy. It's quite interesting. Sniffing other people's body odour might be useful in therapy for social anxiety, says Swedish researchers who have started tests with volunteers. The scientists have been using armpit sweat in their experiments. Their hunch is the smell activates brain pathways linked to emotions, offering a calming effect, but it is far too soon to say if they are right. Well, I can
reveal,
confirm that actually, for me, I do have this weird thing, right? So if I feel, no, it's not even about how I'm feeling beforehand, right? But if I smell Ricky's armpit, it makes me feel really fuzzy and warm and comforted. No, I know, but I mean,
Gross.
It's not like he has bad body odour. He doesn't.
I know, but
whatever
still.
his natural pheromone is, makes me feel really happy.
And so you just go in there for a good old...
Yeah, but he doesn't let me, so I kind of have to sneak it. It's like if I'm like, you know, doing the whole like laying on the shoulder, I'm a bit like...
And would you lick his armpit?
No,
what?
Right. That's a totally different ball game. What are we talking about now? This is different kind of news.
I just wondered. I'm just curious. Like,
but I do like to smell it, and it does make me feel that. So I actually do think that is a thing. I feel like that is something that could transpire into some kind of alternative therapy. But it has to match your.
I was gonna say you can't. I wouldn't feel calm if I sniffed Ricky's armpit.
No, probably not.
No.
I think you probably both feel a certain type of different way. try it with Sean, or you like I don't know, like sometimes I get it with Maisie as well. Like I like smelling her hair, you know, like I will literally like, and she's like, you know, standing underneath me and chatting, and I like one of the bloody hocus pocus witches,
literally like a witch.
Yeah, and it makes me feel really calm and centered, and
I will find what I can sniff and I'll report back, but I don't think it'll be his armpit.
It's people I love. Maybe I should try and sniff you.
Please don't. It make me feel highly uncomfortable.
That is why I would do it.
There is one more bit of news that I really liked and I wanted to share. And I think I'm going to try and see if I can do these sort of like news bits about this sort of like art world because I quite like it. But it's a brand new play called Animal, which explores how disability, sexuality and lust coexist for people who require round-the-clock assistance. And I was like, oh, this sounds like a superbly interesting play. I'm not going to go into the detail, but I will share the link for it in our show notes.
Why is it called Animal?
Accessibility is at the heart of Animal. Everyone is welcome at our performances. I don't know why it's called Animal. I need to read into it.
But that does sound very interesting.
But I'll share the article, and the performance starts in March to April in Manchester, and then 15th of April to the 12th of April to the 15th of April in Bristol, and 19th of April to the 20th of May at the Park Theatre in London. So we should definitely try and see if we can get down to the one in London and go and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
I really think it's important to include arts in your resource of, like, you know, learning. Because it gives such a different perspective of things.
I've learned so much from going and watching performances in the theatre or going to see art exhibitions about different types of people. Like Sean's an avid theatre goer, and like I love going to the theatre as well, so it's always good. So I'm going to try and see if I can be sharing some theatre news, arts news as well. So yeah, that's the word on the street for the week. Should we get into the E&I topic of the week? E&I topic of the week.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fabulous. Before we get into the E&I topic of the week, I want to just check in on you. How's your well-being this week?
I thought I already told you that at the beginning. I'm feeling a bit shit,
such a feeling
mate.
Shit, yeah. So that means your well-being is shit?
Well, I think that, you know, part of well-being is your physical self. So my mental self is feeling okay, but my physical self is feeling somewhat damaged. But, you know, that could be self-inflicted from the weekend. I don't know if I'm over it yet, so I'll let you know in a couple of days. So
it's like a 3-day hangover.
I find that happens now, but this has been a different kind of 3-day hangover, and where it's like, it hasn't just been the usual, like, oh, feeling a bit mopey and a bit like, you know, tired. This is actually like my body internally has been feeling really weak. I feel completely and utterly fatigued, not just like, oh, can't be arsed. It's like, yeah.
It's completely taken over.
Yeah, it has. It has. So I don't know, but also equally, I could be coming down with something else. Who knows? Yeah,
you could be. Well, my well-being is all right. I feel like I had a good chat on Friday with my therapist after you outed me on the podcast. My well-being being a 4. I had to have some serious conversations with myself, and I was like, actually, yeah, she's right. I am a 4, if not maybe a 3. So I had some serious chats with my therapist on Friday, which was great. And that's why I wanted to have a wholesome day on Saturday with Sean. And I feel like I just need to have some more wholesome days to make sure I look after myself. And I've really been working hard on my manifestation from last week of just like having 10 minutes with like no phone and just like sitting still and just being with myself.
And how's that working for you?
Yeah, it's all right. It's good.
Where is your mind going? Places? Is it going? Are you slowing down?
I'm trying not to, because as soon as I stop, my mind then goes into different avenues, and I try and bring it back to like a sound or something that I'm, or looking at something.
Yeah.
I try not to make it disappear, but it is difficult, and I feel like I do need to start managing my stress more. I need to start talking more about my well-being and like my mental health. But I'm also really excited because my friend's getting married this week, so it's just a nice occasion when your friend's getting married, and I am her man of honour. She called it something else the other day, which is called a bruiser.
A bruiser?
A bruiser apparently is what they call a man of honour.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, I don't like that
That's interesting.
Don't like that pronoun, thank you. I'll stick to man of honour. And I tried on my outfit the other day and I was like, actually, do you know what? I kind of like it. So yeah, I'm feeling myself.
You look stunning, babe.
I'm feeling my... And Sean texted me saying, you look sexy. And I was like, oh! So yeah, anyway, that's a little well-being check. I thought that we should do them every week.
Okay.
I'm
in.
So, our E&I topic of the week this week is all around disrupting. So, because I feel like we use the term a lot, and I actually use it even generally when I introduce myself, I'm like, I'm a disruptor. And people always go like, oh, they taken aback by it. So, why did we call ourselves disruptors? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, so I first heard this terminology used in some initiatives that were being run at Burberry, which is where I used to work. We had just some external clients coming in, and they basically were putting on these disruption days. And the disruption days were essentially for people to highlight concerns. And also just come up with some really collaborative ideas on how to move forward with the concerns and anything that we could just things that we could do to make things better. So initially I first heard the terminology there. That was many years ago, and then I think I saw it again on somebody's LinkedIn a couple years later, and I was like, do you know what? That's actually a really cool word. I really like it. I like that, disrupting the way things always have been, essentially. But I have to say, my views on it have changed somewhat.
Okay, let's hold there before we go into that.
Yeah. I was pausing.
She was going to rebrand us again. but Louisa came up with the word, and I remember we didn't like calling ourselves consultants.
No, we did not.
No, and we were going into our initial meetings and we were like, yeah, we're consultants, and we were like, that's just not us.
No,
it's just
so a bit boring and stuffy.
It's very HR, and we are not the HR girlies. And then Louisa saw this word disrupting, and we were like, this is actually so apt.
Yeah. Buzzword.
It's so apt for what we're doing and who we are. And then I remember it triggered a thought of school, and being called disruptive. My whole school life, I was disruptive in class. I was
Same.
Even if I wasn't actually doing anything, I was disruptive.
Yeah.
And even if I remember, I used to sit next to Mitchell, and Mitchell used to be the one that we used to be talking and laughing and making the jokes, and the teacher would turn around and be like, "On a G day, why are you being disruptive?" And I'm like, "It's Mitchell."
You grass.
And Mitchell never used to get into trouble. And I used to get into trouble all the time. So the word always meant something really negative, and it was always quite triggering, disruptive. And so it's quite nice that now we'll be able to flip it on the side and be like, well, yeah, I am fucking disruptive, Miss Murphy. And what?
Miss Murphy.
Oh, Miss Murphy, if you're listening to this, bless you. You needed help back then. But yeah, so I had a little Google, because as you do, and I wrote and I had a little research into what disruptive actually means and what a disruptor is. And I wanted to read this out because I thought it was really, really apt.
Please do.
So a disruptor in business or technology refers to a company, product or service that upends the existing market by introducing something new. Here goes SISU. Innovative, potentially game-changing. Here goes SISU. Disruptors can shake up industries, change established norms, and often lead to significant changes in where businesses are conducted. Here goes SISU. Disruptors typically achieve success by identifying and addressing unmet customer needs or introducing more efficient, cost-effective solutions. Here go, SISU.
I think you mean ergo.
Oh, is it ergo? Why didn't you stop me the first time?
I love you.
I fucking hate you.
Come on, give us the rest.
What's the word?
Ergo.
Ergo. Okay. Yeah. Stop my eyes are so streamy, I can't see. Ergo, okay. They may also leverage new technologies, business models, or distribution channels, and create competitive advantage over the existing players. Ergo.
Yeah.
Some well-known examples of disruptors include Uber, Airbnb, and Netflix, who have transformed the taxi, hospitality, and entertainment industries, respectively. Well, we've worked with Uber. Mic drop. Disruptors see disruptors.
Real recognise real.
Real recognises real, bitch! Anyway, I think what made me laugh was just, it did speak to what we are trying to do. Like everything about being a disruptor, about changing the norm, about doing things out of the box, about being innovative, about game changing. Very much about what we wanted to do and who we are as people. Before we go into your bit, should we see what people said about being disruptive? Because we asked a couple of people, didn't we? What does it mean to be disruptive?
We did, yeah.
What did you get?
So what I will say though beforehand is I think it's a terminology that is very prevalent in like the corporate world and the tech world. So when you come out of those worlds, it means something quite different, and I think that's sort of come through on a lot of the comments that we received. So I asked a few people to give me their perspective on what it means to be a disruptor in the D&I space, and we had.
Oh, you asked them specifically about the D&I space.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because that is the space that we live in.
I'm not in that space. Don't know what you're talking about.
So we had some people saying, well, you cause aggravation and upset. You purposely say the wrong thing. One would go out of their way to offend. Usually someone who has old school thought process, black is black, white is white. Then we had somebody saying...
Well, that's what they think a disruptor in a D&I space is someone that sees, what? Say it again, black is black, white is what? Black and white.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. Yeah. And then we had some people say someone who, I would go as far to say someone with narcissist traits, someone who's outspoken about their opinions and enjoys causing upset of the thrills of reactions. And then we also had quite a few people say, I don't get it. Literally, I don't get it. What is that?
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, well, what's your perspective on it? Yeah, I don't understand it. So, and that is why I sometimes sit a little bit on the fence with it, because it is a terminology that I find myself having to explain quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah. Because I do get that it sits in different spaces and means different things in different areas. And if you think about what a disruption is, a disruption really holds a negative connotation. You know, like if you're getting a train and there's a disruption, you know you're going to be delayed. It's negative. So it is one of those words that has, two sides of the coin.
Got a voice note.
Yeah, please, let's play us the voice note.
Let's listen to the voice note. Do I need my headphones? How does this work?
Oh.
You haven't had those headphones on for a while. Right, I just need to...
They were there.
I didn't ask specifically about the D&I thingy when I sent out to my peeps. I just asked about D&I, about disruptor.
You just said, what is a disruptor?
What does a disruptor mean to you?
Okay, cool.
What does it mean to be a disruptor? I think disruptor comes with such a negative connotation most of the time because people think it's a negative thing to disrupt the norm. But I think a disruptor is just someone who, like I said, disrupts, who changes or, questions the norm. And I think that's can be seen as a positive thing most of the time.
Summarise exactly what you just said, basically.
Yeah.
It's like twofold, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Very much twofold.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Okay.
What does disrupting mean to you?
I think... I'm going to bite myself on the foot here, but I think words...
You're going to bite yourself in the foot.
What does it say? What's the saying?
Kick myself?
Oh, kick myself. But you can't kick yourself in the foot.
No, you don't say in the foot.
Oh,
You say, you're gonna kick yourself when I tell you.
No, that's not what I'm trying to say.
Oh, shoot yourself in the foot.
Shoot yourself in the foot. That's it.
it.
I'm going to shoot myself in the... Oh, do you know what? I've already made it quite clear that I have got problems with my speech.
It's not problems with your speech. You just get mixed up with the
The analogies.
Proverbs or whatever they're called. And I think
antidotes.
I'm so here for it.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like sometimes you can take a word that maybe was negative and you can flip it on its arse and make it positive and reclaim the word.
100%.
It's done so many times in so many different ways. And I feel like I completely understand that disruptor comes from a negative place. But I actually quite like the negative place that disruptor comes from, which is about making people question themselves, sometimes changing things up and shaking things about, sometimes causing a bit of disruption or like wreckage, casualties along the way to get to the end result. So that's what I see disrupting as. It's about just shaking things up, taking control, reshaping things and making it new again.
Yeah, absolutely. For me, that's the shaking things up and breaking out the boxes is definitely what disrupting in this space means to me.
I don't want people to think that we're trying to say that we're trying to cause arguments for the sake of causing arguments, because that's not what it's about, is it?
No, absolutely not.
No, because some people sometimes feel like people in this kind of in our space are people are warriors trying to just cause problems for people, and when people are just trying to live their everyday lives.
That's just a negative perspective, I think.
Yeah.
That's not what advocacy is.
Advocacy, that's a good word.
There you go.
Disrupting is basically advocacy.
Yeah, it is, essentially. It is changing things to support people that come from different backgrounds.
So will you still call yourself a disruptor?
Well, I haven't thought of a better word yet.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Watch
I don't
this
know how many
space.
times we're going to have to change ourselves, but fucking hell, it's a
Well,
journey.
and, it's just that's what disruption is about, isn't it? It's about shaking it up and bringing something new.
Yeah. I mean,
So, a little shed of the skin once in a while isn't all bad.
I know, but my skin is very thick. It's a lot of effort to shed. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So I guess the reason I wanted to talk about it is because I feel like we talk about disrupting a lot in the body, and I wanted to just kind of bring it and center it back to everyone to understand what we mean by it, why we talk about it, and it kind of drives us into doing what we do on a day-to-day basis. So if anyone's got any questions about disrupting or how they can become disruptors in their own field, in their own space, in their own communities, then obviously hit us up on the WhatsApp.
Oh, yeah.
The WhatsApp is here. Insert here. Thank you. Okay.
Proper influencer.
Such an influencer. No, what they do is...
That's the one, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of voguing over there.
Right, so we take some questions from the SISUciety.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
What we got?
First question. What wellbeing platforms or businesses would you recommend to support us on our journey of wellbeing?
Wellbeing platforms. I've actually got some really nice apps that I can't quite remember the name of, but let me tell you. Because they're on my phone right here.
Obviously, the first place to go would be to come and talk to Cece or take one of Louisa's energy droplet sessions, because that would be a good start. Also, we do see some wellbeing modules, workshops ourselves as well. We do run some like holistic wellbeing modules.
But if this is like on a day-to-day, so...
I think they're more talking about day-to-day rather than what I'm gathering. Well, you know what I've used... Sorry, I thought you were still looking.
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. I was going to say what I use, which works really well, which I'm enjoying at the moment, is the Reward Gateway. Because they've got such a great... they've got so many tools, articles, advice, blogs, videos on there already that are standard on their platform that you can access all around like eat, munch, exercise and something else, which is I find great. I think it's really useful to have a plethora of resource and the reward gateways.
And would that be for company-wide or is that for individuals?
It's company-wide, so if you're in a business, if you want to implement something in your business for your team, it's quite a good platform to go and use.
If you want some tools to just use on a day-to-day basis as an individual, I got recommended these when I went through CBT, which I've done twice, and it is really good. I did it a second time just because I felt like I needed to refresh myself. And I was told to use these 2 apps. Fear Tools is one of them, which is basically just logging how you're feeling. And then there's also some videos on there as well to help you through certain things. And there's different like quizzes that you can take to sort of measure where you are in your well-being. And I think there's also actually some breathing exercises in that one. And then there is another one which is called Thought Diary. And this is basically, is a little bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? It's basically like you are logging how you're feeling throughout the day. It's not like a one-time hit journal. It's like morning, how do you feel in the morning, and then in the afternoon or mid-afternoon and evening and blah blah blah. And essentially, it's like you're checking in with your own mood, and then there's a part of the app where you can analyze your thoughts that you've logged down at a different time if you want to, whenever suits you. But it's just, I found, was a really good way to dissect what I was actually thinking, because sometimes I think when you're feeling overwhelmed or you've got a lot on, your brain's really scattered and it's hard to make sense of how you're actually feeling when you're feeling like a type of way that is quite negative, maybe anxious or low energy. So it's good to pop all these things into this app and then park it there, and then perhaps at a later time when you've got a bit more time to yourself, you can kind of analyse your thoughts and dissect them a little bit more. I found them really useful. And I still, if I need to, I pop in there. I don't do it very regularly though. But yeah, they are good for when you're dipping a little.
Nice. I like using the positive affirmations app.
Oh yeah, well I am,
yeah.
It's super that. It's super.
Yeah, it's great. That's a really nice tool or app that you can download, which just gives you a nice positive affirmation, I think in the morning and in the evening. And if you wanted one in the afternoon, it gives one in the afternoon as well.
You actually set it. So I have them on every 30 minutes. I'm like, super, you are great. I'm like, yes, I fucking am. Every 30 minutes, one little pops up, and it's just like a little banner, and it has a different type of affirmation that is dependent on what kind of area you need a little boost in. So it could be like confidence, or it could be, I don't know, what other areas may you need? Like if you're feeling anxious, they'll have certain affirmations that support anxiety. If you are feeling underconfident, certain affirmations that will support that. It's all very customizable.
It is. Great app. Look at us sharing all the tools. The best in the biz. Best in the biz. Right, next question is it okay to plan time for your own well-being, or should it be more fluid? Should you be diarising?
Who can actually be fluid with their well-being? Is that a thing? I don't know. I have to plan time for mine.
I think some people can be more fluid in their well-being, yeah.
I think maybe that's like routine.
What do you mean?
Well, like if I used to get up in the morning and then go downstairs, light a candle, sit in front of my like prayer table, do my little ritualistic things, and then do some yoga, and then that would be like my well-being taken care of for the day.
What do you mean ritualistic things?
So like meditate, or crystals, or whatever it may be.
You sound like you're conjuring up some sort of spirit.
Well, that's because your connotation to ritualistic is negative.
No, I didn't say spirit's bad though, did I?
I saw your face.
I didn't. My face didn't do anything.
Watch it back on the podcast.
There's evidence now. So what you're saying is that it can be more routine rather than scheduled. I feel like maybe scheduled makes it feel a bit more like you have to do it, whereas routinely feels like it's just part of your everyday part and parcel. It's the language that's being used, really, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm now thinking, like, what is the difference between any of them? Like, routine is planned, obviously, and then it's just, you do it every day.
Your routine, you don't plan your routine, like, your routine just happens.
Does it?
My routine just happens, yeah.
You don't plan to go to the gym at 6 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah.
That just happens. You just roll out of bed, fall out the door, and that you're at the gym.
I guess it's planned. Yeah, but it's not. I suppose it's planned and scheduled, isn't it?
So I'm like, oh, what is the difference actually between that?
Planned,
I think that
scheduled and routine is all the same thing, really.
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I think that the way that life is now, you kind of have to plan it in.
It can't be fluid.
Yeah. Unless it's routine. Well, that was bamboozling. Hope that helped.
Yeah, we didn't really have an answer for that one. I think everyone just has to take it in their own stride. That's what I would always say.
Yeah,
it's like
find what suits you.
everyone's so different. Find what works for you. Find what app works for you. Find the people that work for you as well. Like, it's so important to make sure you surround yourself with the right people when it comes to your well-being, because sometimes, bloody hell, some of the people that we've surrounded ourselves with, questionable. Not currently.
I was going to say.
Just disclaimer, not currently. Y'all okay. Anyway,
all our friends are laughing, right? Well, they will be laughing when they're listening to this. Like,
oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That is it from the SISUciety for this week. Unless you had anything else. I don't remember if you had anything else you wanted to add. No. Right, well, let's get on to Mannies of the Week.
Mannies of the
What are you manifesting this week? You can't jump on my one.
I'm manifesting health.
Oh. Oh, bless you.
Get me better. Yeah, I'm manifesting some health this week. I know it's really boring, and I've probably said it before, but I know nobody likes feeling ill, but I've got such a complex about being ill.
Yeah.
I feel like...
Because you always say, I'm never ill.
Because I never am ill. Like, I never get ill. So when I am, it's like shitting terrible.
Yeah, that's like me.
Yeah. Well, you're ill quite a lot.
I'm not ill quite. Why? Yeah, I'm not ill. I have been recently. I've been going downhill because I'm teacher.
There's something in the air.
It's teacher coming home with all the germs.
Something.
It's the kids. It's the kids. They're fucking passing it around left, right, and centre, coughing all over you, snotting all over you. Oh God.
Yeah, you're not wrong, to be fair.
No,
kids are
it's the kids.
They're
Carry it.
bugs.
So you're manifesting health.
I'm manifesting some physical health.
Okay. We didn't gong.
I know.
We didn't gong. We're gong at the end.
Okay.
We didn't gong. Oh God, we didn't gong.
It's all right.
Oh my God!
We got it.
So I'm manifesting this week. What's my manifestation? I am manifesting love.
Oh,
hello. Love.
Yay.
All we need is love.
Dun, 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 dun.
All we need is love. Love.
Love is all you
Well,
need.
yeah, I'm manifesting love because I'm going to a wedding and I feel like I just want to be completely engrossed in so much love over the next week.
Shout out to Lucy and Andy getting married this weekend. Love.
Shout out to you, to Lovebirds. I'm so excited. So yeah, I'm manifesting love. Love for my friends, love for my family, love for my partner. Just love all round.
Yay!
Yay, I know. Right. We've come to the end of the road. Time to gong.
Okay.
You can do it because you've got it down. Let's hope your chakras are aligned.
It's back, baby. Feeling pure.
That was lovely.
Well,
thanks, y'all. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you again next week. Stay brave, stay curious.
and stay honest.